Number 248 in the Masters of Cinema series is PTU, Police Tactical Unit, the third movie in the Masters of Cinema series from Johnnie, and I've got to say, this is a director that I really like. I love the way he shoots his movies. I love the way he uses nighttime photography. The top-down light adds a kind of fairy tale aesthetic to it. I love his electric guitar scores that don't quite fit, but at the same time work really well within the movies. They always just come together. And PTU for me was really interesting because it's one of those high pressure situations. It's over a few hours of one night as things have just gone wrong for Sergeant Ho. This man who's been caught up in a kind of street fight and wakes up to find that his gun has been missing, and that could be the kind of demise of his career if he doesn't get it back. Sergeant Mike turns up, the leader of the PTU, and they are going to help him find it. They're kind of covering his tracks, giving him a little bit of time, a little bit of leeway to try and recover the stolen gun before it's too late and it has to be reported and Ho's career could be down the drain. But there's also a kind of federal agency, it feels like, police force that are there investigating a murder at the same time, and you've got these three factions all revolving round about this town, all looking for various criminals for one reason or another, and the criminals, which seem to be two gangland bosses that have a grudge, are all kind of interconnected as well. So you've got these five factions of people all after different things. Everything is important to them and it's laid out, and it just throws everything in the pot and creates this really fantastic kind of pressure situation of a movie with an incredibly black sense of humour. I was laughing a lot at this movie. Ho is one of those characters that just can't do anything right, because he's always doing things wrong, always creating the wrong situation, just messing things up. At one point where he's trying to steal a piece of evidence for a moment, just to listen in on a phone call, he accidentally puts his phone back in the evidence bag, handing it over to the kind of federal agency before he even realises it, and by the point he does realise, it's too late. Ho is always making these kind of mistakes. It seems like the accidental cop, the one that with best intentions still seems to mess up. And this is a kind of bloody movie with dark connotations as well. There is a wonderfully abstract moment where we walk into the den of one of the bosses of the gangs, and he has five people in these cages like battery hens, just bent over, beat up inside these cages as they are being brutalised at certain moments. It's a horrible sequence, and it's not even mentioned or addressed in the movie. It's just there to take out frustration on for that gangland boss to lash out against these people. It's just there. There's an opening sequence within a restaurant that's both incredibly funny and remarkably well put together. You have the choreography of where everybody's sitting in these seats. You have this man that's constantly being moved about because he's less important than the gangland people, and because he's less important than Sergeant Ho, who comes in as well. And just seeing how everything is juggled in this sequence allows you to know that you're in safe hands of a filmmaker that knows the story he's going to tell and is going to offer up some humour, shocks and surprises along the way as well. And there are some bloody sequences in this movie that just kind of caught me off guard. Some where you start to realise that there's something maybe going on and about to happen. Of course, it ends up with all five of these factions in a brutal gunfight. Three groups of police officers and two groups of criminals, and it just is exhilarating, thrilling, kind of funny and unbelievable, and a really deeply satisfying end to this movie where everybody's just come out in shades of grey. There's no right or wrong, they're all a little bit of both. Maybe have the good ideology, but the tactics to getting there has been a little bit skewed. PTU was a really great movie, really enjoyable. Of the three Toe movies, it's probably my least favourite of the three of them. I think Throwdown's going to be a hard one to beat, to be fair. That was great. But like I said, love the way he shoots it. I think it's an amazing movie, amazing director, and I'm going to go and search up more of his titles now because I just want to devour his filmography. I'd love to know your thoughts on PTU. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.